السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة باللسان يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are continuing from where we stopped in the previous lesson. And if you can remember, we look at the Fi'l al-Ajwaf, and then we read the dialogue, and then we pause at the exercises. So we are going to begin looking at the exercises, and inshallah we'll learn more. So please, without wasting much time, let's just begin the exercises. So the first one here is saying that Ajib anil as'ilatil atiya. Answer the following questions. So the first one says that Kem usbu'an Gaba Adnan. Of course, this particular exercise is relating to the dialogue that we read in the previous lesson. So of course, we need to have a brief knowledge of the dialogue before we will be able to answer this particular exercise. So from what we learned, from the dialogue, Kam usbu'an Gaba Adnan. How many weeks did Adnan absent himself? That's what they are asking us here. So what was the number of weeks that Adnan absented himself? If you can remember, it was 2, right? He absented himself for 2 weeks. So you simply see it in Arabic, and that would be Gaba usbu'aini. Gaba usbu'aini. So Adnanu Gaba usbu'aini. So the second one, Lima kana Adnanu ghaiban. He missed or he absented himself for 2 weeks. Why was it so? So that's what they're asking us. Lima ghaba Adnanu. Lima kana Adnanu ghaiban. Why was Adnan absent? So if you can remember, they told us that Adnan was sick. Adnan replied the teacher by saying that he was sick. So how do you say it in Arabic? Of course, you see that kana maridan jiddan, or you simply say kana Adnanu maridan jiddan. I hope that is clear. The third one, kam yawman ghaba Usmanu fil usbu'aini. So in 2 weeks, in those 2 weeks, how many days did Usman absented himself? If you can remember, Usman was the one the teacher told that la takzib. The teacher told him that he missed, and he said that he didn't miss as he said kama kulta, and the teacher told him that he shouldn't lie. You can remember. So that was Usman. So they are asking us, Kam yawman ghaba Usman fil usbu'aini. How many days did Usman absented himself in 2 weeks? So this one, let's check for the answer. So I think this is the answer here. The teacher says that Gibta, he says, Ya Usmanu, innaka taghibu kasiran. So you see it. Gibta yawmayni fi hadha al-usbu'. You absented yourself 2 days in this week. Wa salasata ayyamin, and 3 days fil usbu' al-madi, in the past week. So this week you missed 2 days. In the past week you missed 3 days. So in total, that's how many? 5. 2 plus 3, 5. 2 days in this week, 3 days in the past week. So that's 5 days in 2 weeks. So that's the answer here. So we are going to say that he missed or he's absented himself for 5 days within those 2 weeks. So question number 3, كم يوما غاب عثمان في الأسبوعين. So the answer will be غاب 5 أيام في الأسبوعين. غاب 5 أيام, 5 days في الأسبوعين, in the 2 weeks. So the last question, لما لم ينم آدم. Why didn't Adam slept? You can remember Adam was dozing in the class, and so the teacher asked him, why is he sleeping in class? So he says that Ana asifun ya ustaz here. غلبني النوم لأنني ما نمت بارحة. So he said he didn't sleep last night. So the teacher asked him, and then he said, "Kana bi suda'un shadidun falam anam bisababihi." So this is the answer here. Kana bi suda'un shadidun. I was having severe headache. Okay, suda'un is headache. So this was the answer he gave to the teacher, and so that is the answer we have to use. Lima lam yanam Adam. Why didn't Adam sleep? So you say that kana bihi suda'un shadidun. He was having a severe headache. Okay. So we continued exercise number 2. What they are telling us here is هذه أمثلة للفعل المعتل العين. Okay, they are giving us examples here. Here is not an exercise. They are just giving us examples for us to notice something very important. But they are informing us that these particular examples, they are for fi'l al-mu'tal al-ayn. When we say al-mu'tal al-ayn, it means the adjective verbs. Okay, the adjective verbs mu'tal al-ayn. Bimana the ayn kalima is having a harf al-illa. If you compare it to the scale of fa'ala, fa, ayn, and the lam, meaning that the middle letter is having a harf al-illa. Okay, so we call it mu'tal al-ayn. Mu'tal means it is having harf al-illa. Al-ayn meaning that the middle letter, compared to if you look at fa'ala, ayn is the middle letter. So if you say mu'tal al-ayn, meaning it is having a harf al-illa, but in the what? The ayn position, so the middle letter. So these examples, that's what they are saying. They are all mu'tal al-ayn, meaning adjective verbs. Okay, so the examples here, as you can see, the first one, they put it into 3 categories. Okay, you can see alif, ba, and then Jim here. So this is just like A, B, C. Okay, 3 categories. And these 3 categories, if you can remember when we're looking at the explanation, okay, before the dialogue, the explanations and then the rules that we looked at, we look at these 3 categories of the adjective verbs. We say that in Arabic language, generally verbs can come on 6 patterns. 6 patterns. Okay, but we said the fi'lul mu'tallu, okay, the adjective verbs, to be specific, they have 3 categories only. Let me bring it out and show you here. You can remember this 3 scales of the adjective verbs. Fa'ala yaf'ilu, fa'ala yaf'ulu, fa'ila yaf'alu. So fa'ala yaf'ilu, example, baya'a yabyi'u. You see, fa'ala yaf'ulu. Okay, example, kawala yaqulu. You see, then fa'ila yaf'alu, khawifa yakhwafu. Is an example. So these were the 3 scales that we looked at. So that is why they put 3 examples, 3 categories here. Okay, this is the first one, the second one, and third one. So all they are different, but of course each has the same categories of verbs. So let's look at the first one. Qala yakulu, kana yakulu, zara yazuru, koma yakulu, zaqa yazuku, tawafa yatufu, soma yasumu, dara yaduru, taba yatubu, bala yabulu. So these are the first categories. This one is coming on the scale of fa'ala yaf'ulu. So kawala yakuwulu. So fa'ala yaf'ulu. The second one, okay, ja'a yaji'u, is coming on the pattern of fa'ala yaf'ilu. Okay. And then the examples that they give here is ja'a yaji'u, ba'a yabi'u, sara yasiru, asha ya'ishu, kyala yakilu. I hope that is clear. Then the last one is on the pattern of fa'ila yaf'alu. Fa'ila yaf'alu, the last one here. See here. Fa'ila yaf'alu. So this one. So that's the example that we have in there. Okay. And so it is here. And then the examples that we have is nama yanamu. Okay. It was initially nawima. Okay. Yanam. Okay. So the examples here are nama yanamu, khafa yakhafu, kada yakadu, zala yazalu. I hope that is clear. So that is the three categories. Let's look at the meanings. Qala yakulu, of course we all know. Qala, he said. Yakulu, he said. Kana yakulu. Kana means he was. Yakulu, he's been. Okay, he's been so and so. Zara yazuru. Zara means he visited. Qama yakum. Qama means he stood. Zaqa yazuku. Zaqa means he tasted. Okay, he tasted. Maybe he tasted the food or something. Tawfa yatufu, even a punishment, Allah said, okay, zuku hazab al-khuldi, like Allah says. Tawfa yatufu, Tawfa means he made tawaf. Tawfa yatufu. Soma yasumu, Soma means he fasted. Okay, for example, we are fasting in the month of Ramadan, if he's fasted, that's Soma. Dara yaduru, Dara means he went around, to go around something. Okay, Taba yaturu, Taba means he made tawbah, or he repented. Bala yabulu, Bala means he urinated. Okay, so you say, Bala tiflu fi sawbihi. The child has urinated on my dress. Okay, so that's Bala. Bala yabulu. Bala means he urinated. So, Ja'a yaji'u, of course, we all know Ja'a. Ja'a means he came. Ba'a yabi'u. Ba'a means he sold. Sara yasiru. Sara means he moved. Okay, Sara yasiru. Okay, he moved. Asha ya'ishu. Asha means he lived. Ya'ishu, he is living. Kala yakilu. Kala means he weighed. Okay, he weighed something. Okay. Nama yanamu. Nama means he slept. Khafa yakhafu. Khafa means he feared. Kada yakadu. It means was about. Kada means he was about. Okay, like he said, kitu amut. Okay, kitu amut. I nearly died. So someone involved in an accident say kitu amut. Okay, I nearly died. So kada means nearly. He nearly. Yakadu, he is nearly doing so and so. It depends on the verb that comes after it. Okay. So zala yazalu. Zala means still. Okay, still. Okay. When it comes with a harf and nafi, that's when it means still. Okay. But for zala, when we actually say zala is for something to depart. Okay. Something to depart. Okay. Like we say za'ilun. Okay. Like they say al-malu zillun za'il. One of this Arabic poet, he says this. Al-malu zillun za'il is from this origin. Money is something, is a shade that is transient. It disappears. Okay, it disappears. So that's zala. Zala is something that is like for something to disappear. That means zala. Okay, like we have zawal. Okay, but when it comes with a harf and nafi, of course you are negating it, meaning it is still like it's not something that is disappearing. It's still so. Okay, it doesn't come on its own. So mostly it's difficult to translate it with one word. It mostly comes with verbs. Okay. Mazala kaza wa kaza. Now let's look at the third one. Ta'ammal ma yali. We should ponder over this. What follows? Hamidun qala. At-tullabu qalu. So we are looking at the plural. If you say qala, what will be the plural? Qalu, they said. If you say Amina today, of course this is now feminine. Aminatu qalat. At-talibatu qulna. Anta qulta. Antum qultum. Anti qulti. Antunna qultunna. Ana qultu. Nahnu qulna. We have seen how to conjugate this. I think we are all, for now, we are familiar with it, right? All of us are familiar with this. If you can remember previously, in the previous lessons, just the previous 2 lessons, okay, we talk about how to conjugate the verbs. When we are adding a pronoun, what happens? Okay, we look at all this. Okay, so let's continue. Now we are looking at the exercise number 4. We have a lot of exercises. Exercise number 4, let's go. Asnit qama wazara wakana ila dhamair kama fi tamrin sabiq. We should, you see qama and zara and then kana, these 3 verbs. They say that we should conjugate it like the way this example is being conjugated. We should replace it. Here, in the example, we had comma. So now we are going to put in place of comma. We had caller. So we are now going to put comma in place and then we conjugate it with the pronouns. Then the same we put Zara here. Then we conjugate it with the pronouns. If it is plural, if it is feminine, plural, okay. Then Kana, we will input Kana too. So we'll conjugate the same thing. We just use the same pattern, but for these 3 verbs, let's do it. That's what they are asking us to do. Okay, Kama fit tamrin sabik. Okay. So the first one, of course, comma. So let's look at comma. Comma. Hamidun comma. So if they are plural, you see what? Komu. If it's female, komat. Okay. Kumna. Anta, kumta. Antum, kumtum. Anti, kumti. Antunna, kumtunna. Ana, kumtu. Nahnu, kumna. I hope that is clear. Then let's go for Zara. Zara, you see, Hamidun Zara. But if they are plural, you see Zaru. I hope that is clear. If they are plural, you see what? Zaru. They visited. Then Aminatu Zarat. Then At-Talibatu Zurna. Anta Zurta. Antum Zurtum. Anti Zurti. Antunna Zurtunna. Ana Zurtu. Nahnu Zurna. Then Kana. Hamidun Kana. Hamid was. At-Tullabu Kanu. The students were. So it is not complete. You can add something. They were so and so. Maybe they were hardworking. Kanu mujtahidin. They were hardworking. So Amina. Amina to Kanat. Then At-Talibatu Kunna. Okay, here there's going to be shadda. Okay, like this. It's going to be 2 moon. Okay. It's going to be 2 moon. There are going to be 2 moons there. It's going to be like this. Okay. Kunna. This one is going to have school. And then this one is going to have fatha. So they will join together. There will be idgham. And then they will now form kunna. Hope that is clear. In Arabic, we all know this, just basics. So kunna, they will now join together to become 1 moon with shadda. Okay. 1 moon with shadda. So we say kunna. Okay. Kunna. So kunna. So here, kunna. Now let's continue. Anta kunta. Antum kuntum. Anti kunti. Antunna kuntunna. Ana kuntu. Nahnu kunna. I hope that is clear. It's very easy. So of course, all these exercises is not just for anything. He's not just interested in giving us exercises. He wants us to become familiar with it. You know, the more you practice, the more you become familiar with the thing. So that is what he's trying to do. That's the reason behind these whole exercises that we are going through. Now let's look at the 5th one. Ikra ma yali. Read what follows. Zurna, of course, we'll just read and we'll read and then we'll translate. Zurna al-mudarris al-jadida al-barihata. We visited. So zurna, we are applying what we have learned in the attaching the pronouns. So zurna, we visited. Al-mudarris al-jadida, the new teacher al-barihata. Last night. Azukti haza to'ama ya ukhti. Have you tasted this food? Oh, my sister. Naam, zuktuhu wa wajadtuhu lazizan jiddan. Naam, yes, I tasted it. Wa wajadtuhu, and I found it lazizan jiddan, very delicious. Zahabtu ila Makkah wa tuftu bil Kaaba. I went to Makkah and I did tawaf around the Kaaba. Sumna yawm athnain. Or I did tawaf at the Kaaba. Okay. Sumna yawm athnain. This is still the continuation. Maza kulta li Hamidin ya Ahmad. What did you say to Hamid, oh Ahmad? Ma kultu lahu shay'an. I didn't say anything to him. Mata kumtum minan nawmi ya abna'i. When did you wake up from your sleep? Okay, or from the sleep? Oh sons, my sons. Kumna qabla azan al-fajr. We got up before the azan of Fajr. Bada tiflu fi sawbi. The child urinated on my dress or in my dress. Okay, tubtu ila Allah, I made tawbah to Allah, I repented to Allah. Kuntu mut'aban, I was tired. Okay, mut'abun is tiredness. So kuntu mut'abun bimana is the person who is tired. So kuntu mut'abanil yawma, I was tired today. Falam azhab ila al-madrasa, so I didn't go to school. Zarani sadiqi ams, my friend visited me yesterday. Wazurtuhu al-yawma, and I visited him today. So of course we have seen the adjective verbs. Okay, kulta, ma kultu, mata kuntum, kumna, bala tifl, tubtu, kuntu, zarani zara, wazurtu. This is also adjective verbs. So we have seen the adjective verbs. We are practicing them. Now let's continue. The next one says that ta'ammal ma yali. Ta'ammal ma yali. We should learn what follows. Hamidun yakulu. Hamid is saying. At-tullabu yakuluna. The students are saying. Aminatu taqulu. At-talibatu yakulna. Anta taqulu. Antum taquluna. Anti taqulina. Antunna taqulna. Ana aqulu. Nahnu naqulu. Okay. So we have read it. Of course, they are going to give us exercise. Okay, so observe. The exercise number 7. Asnid yakum wa yatufu ila ad-dama'ir kama fi at-tamrin as-sabiq. We see yakunu and then yatufu. We should use it to conjugate, okay, these examples, like the way the yakulu has been conjugated in this example. So in place of yakulu, we are going to try yakunu and then yatufu. So we should try to conjugate it using this example. That's what they are simply telling us. So let's do it. Yakumu. Let's begin with yakumu. Of course, it's the first one. So yakumu. So Hamidun yakumu. At-tullabu yakumuna. Then Aminatu takumu. At-talibatu takumna. Yakumna. Anta takumu. Antum takumuna. Anti takumina. Antunna takumna. Ana akumu. Nahnu nakumu. I hope that is clear. Now let's go for yatufu. Hamidun yatufu. At-tullabu yatufuna. Aminatu tatufu. At-talibatu yatufna. Anta tatufu. Antum tatufuna. Anti tatufina. Antunna tatufna. Ana atufu. Nahnu natufu. I hope that is clear. Okay. Adjective verbs, they are very easy and interesting to conjugate. Now the last one, the if one. Ikra ma yali is not the last one, of course, it's the if one. Ikra ma yali. We should read what follows. Ana azuruka wa anta la tazuruni. I visit you. Wa anta la tazuruni. And you don't visit me. Yatufu al-hujjaju bil-Ka'bah. The hujjaj, the pilgrims, they do tawaf at the Kaaba or around the Kaaba if you want. Maza takulina ya ummi. What are you saying, oh my mother? Uridu an akuna mudarrisan. I want to be a teacher. So let's point them out. Azuru, ana azuru. So this is an adjective verbs. Anta la tazuru. This is an adjective verbs. Yatufu. Adjective. Takulina. Of course. Uridu and akuna. This is also adjective. We see adjective verbs. Okay. And of course, we have seen how to conjugate the fi'l mudari also for the adjective verbs. So everything here is well known and not strange to all of us. So let's look at the next one. So I think this is still a continuation of it. It's not, we are not done with it. He says that al-banatu yazurna khalatahunna kulla usbu'in. Al-banatu yazurna khalatahunna kulla usbu'in. Okay. The girls visits or the daughters visits their maternal aunt, okay, every week. قال الطلاب, the students said, لمدرسهم, to their teacher, يا أستاذ نحن نريد أن نزورك غدا. Oh Ustaz, we want to visit you tomorrow. So let's look at, this is an adjective verb, yazurna, this is mudari. Of course, all here is, in this example, we are looking at mudari. قال المدرس قال الطلاب لمدرسهم يا أستاذ نحن نريد أن نزور. So here is also an adjective verb, nazura. All that is clear. Okay. Let's look at the ninth one. As I said, there are several examples, several exercises for us to try and, master. The author wants us to master the adjective verbs very well. That's why he brings a lot of examples, a lot of exercises for this particular lesson. Okay, the exercises are a lot actually. So let's look at, of course, we won't look at all today. Of course, we'll pause at a particular point and then inshallah we'll continue. We'll try to complete it in the next lesson. Yes. So the ninth one here is saying that ta'ammal ma yali. You should learn what follows. Yakulu. Lam yakul. I think we have explained this. The rule here is, let me repeat it. When you have iltiqa as-sakinain, okay, two schools, you can see school here and then school here also. So there are two schools meeting. On the waw and on the lam, two schools are meeting. In Arabic language, it doesn't, something like that is not allowed. So that's why he put here in the bracket. You can see, la yaltaqi sakinani. Fi lugat al-Arabiyya. In Arabic language, two schools, you can't have two schools on two letters which are following one another, okay, in a word. So when that happens, the weak letter is what will bear the consequence. The weak letter will be removed. I hope that is clear. The weak letters are just the huruf al-illa. Okay, alif, waw, and the ya. These three letters, they are weak letters. Any other letter is a strong letter. Okay, so when you have that, the weak letter, whether if it is alif, ya, or waw, these three letters, alif, waw, and ya, if one of the letters is a half, is one of these three letters, it is what will be the consequence. What's the consequence? It will be removed. So we remove the waw. So when you have that case, you remove the waw. Yakulu is yakulu. But when you add lam, you know the lam is a harfu jazmin wa qalbin wa nafiin. I hope that is clear. So lam yakulu. Lam yakulu. You can, it's actually yakulu, but when the lam comes, because it is jazm, here will become majzum. The lam will take school, and so there is now two schools, and then you remove the one, the harf al-illa, very easy. The weak letter is what will be removed, okay, to make the pronunciation possible. So now see lam yakul. I've explained this. So lam yakul. Oh, that is clear. Okay. F1, exercise number 10. أدخل لم على الأفعال الآتية واضبطها بالشك. We should add lam to it. So all these examples here, yakunu, yakumu, yabulu, yazuru, yasumu, yatubu, we should add lam. When lam comes, what will happen to them? Let's do it. So let's do yakunu. You say what? Lam yakun. The waw will be removed. So you say lam yakun. Lam yakun is not correct. You say lam yakun. Lam yakum. Lam yabul. He didn't urinate. Lam yabul. Lam yazur, lam yasum, lam yatub. I hope that is clear. Okay. Then here, okay, 11, the 11th one. Okay, أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية بالنفي مستعملا لم. Okay, of the same thing, we are coming to answer. They say we should answer the following questions. Use lam. So we should answer using lam. Bimala lam should be part of our answer. So azut al mudira ya Ali. Did you visit the mudir, the principal? Okay. Oh Ali. So you say I didn't visit. So how do you say it? Lam azuril mudira. Lam azuril mudira. That's yes your answer. Hope that is clear. Lam azuril mudira or lam azurhu. Okay, lam azurhu. I didn't visit him. Now the second one. Akoma ahuka minan nawm. Has your brother or did your brother wake up from the sleep? So how do you answer? Okay, if you want to say he didn't wake up, so you say what? Okay, what will you say? Lam yakum, right? Lam yakum, or you say lam yakum akhi minan nawm. Then the third one, abala tiflu fi qamisika. Did the child or the infant urinate in your shirt? So what will you say? If you want to say he didn't, by using lam, you say what? Lam yabul. So lam yabul tiflu fi qamisi. The fourth one, asumti amsi ya aishatu. Ya aishata. Okay. Ya aishata. It should be aishata. Hope that is clear. Okay. So what will you say? Asumti amsi. This is a question. Did you fast yesterday? Oh, Aisha. So what will you say? If Aisha is coming to reply. Okay, so you say lam asum. Very easy. Lam asum. You say lam asum amsi. Then the fifth one. Akunta fil fasl fi al-hissati al-ula. Were you in class in the first lesson? Oh, that is clear. What will you reply? لم أكن في الفصل في الحصة الأولى. لم أكن في الفصل. I wasn't in class. Okay, لم أكن في الفصل. I wasn't in class. Now the next one. Okay. The sixth one. أذقت هذا الطعام يا أمي. Have you tasted this food, oh my mother? So you say, the mother, if I'm the mother, I'll just reply, لم أذقه or Lam azuki to'ama. Lam azuki to'ama. I haven't or I didn't taste the food. Okay. Akulta hakeza ya Umar. Oh Umar, did you say like that? Did you say something like that? It's asking him. Okay. So if I'm Umar, if I want to reply no, I'll say what? La. Lam akul hakeza. Lam akul hakeza. I didn't say like that. Or I didn't say that. Okay. Aada ahuka min al-riyadi ya Salma. Okay, aada is to return. Okay, aada ahuka, has your brother returned from Riyadh or Salma? So it's asking Salma. So Salma will say, lam ya'ud akhi min al-Riyadh. Brother hasn't returned from Riyadh. Now the ninth one, atufta bil ka'bati ya akhi. Oh my brother, did you do tawaf? Okay, at the Kaaba or around the Kaaba. So what will he reply? If I want to say lam, if you want to reply, say using lam. Okay, you say la lam atuf. Okay, bil Kaabati. The 10th one, akunta maridun fil usbu' il madi. Were you sick in the past week? Okay, in the past week. That's the question you ask him. So you answer by saying that lam akun maridun. I wasn't sick. Okay, lam akun maridun fil usbu' il madi. The 11th one, amat al-kelbu. Amat al-kelbu. Okay, did the dog die? Did the kelb is the dog. Did the dog die? So if you want to say the dog didn't die, what do you say? La, lam yamutil kelbu. Okay, lam yamutil kelbu. Okay, now we have here the 12th exercise. It's not actual exercise. It's just something they want to point out. Ta'ammal ma yali. Ta'ammal ma yali. We should ponder over what follows. We should take note of this. Takulu. Kul. The amr. I've shown you how to form the amr, right? We have talked about the amr. Okay, when you are forming amr, The first thing, you remove the first letter. Put sukun on the last letter. This is how we form Amr. So you will now be left with what? Cool. You see here, cool. This one will be left. Okay, that first star is removed. Then we put sukun on the last letter. It will now be cool. And when we said when two schools meet, what will happen? The weak letter will suffer the consequence. It will be removed. So we now have kul si. Kul si. Okay, kul si. Kul huwa Allahu ahad. See, He is Allah, the alone. So let's look at the exercise number 13. Okay, Sugil Amra min al-af'al al-atiya. Sug, form. Saga yasiru means to form. Yasug, saga yasugu, it means to form. So Sugil Amr. So sug in itself is a harf al-ajwaf. Okay, saga. Saga, as I said, means he formed. Okay, so the Amr is sug, form. So they are commanded as form. Sugil Amra. Form the Amr min al-af'al al-atiya, from the following verbs. So these verbs, we should form their Amr. That's what they are telling us. So tasumu. Tasumu is what? It's from Soma Yasumu, right? Tasumu, you are fasting. Okay. So what's the Amr? If I want to say fast, sum, fast. Then takulu, kum, stand up. Then takun, the Amr is kun, be. Like Allah says, kun fayakun, be, and it be. Tazuru, the Amr is zur, visit. You are asking someone to visit another person. You tell him zur, visit. Zur akhaka, visit your brother. Tatufu, the Amr is what? Tuf, make tawaf around the Kaaba or whatever. Ta'udu, ud means return, come back. Okay, so something to return. Return. So you can tell him ud ba'da sa'a. Okay, come back after an hour. Okay. Tatubu, the Amr is tub, repent, make tawbah. Okay, tazuru, the Amr, tazuku, the Amr is what? Zuk means taste. Okay, taste. Whether you are tasting food or you are tasting punishment or whatever, is zuk. From zaqo yazuku. Now the 14th exercise. Ikra ma'yali, read what follows. Okay, zurni gadan ya Mahmud. Visit me tomorrow, oh Mahmud. Ut ba'da sa'a, return after an hour. So you are telling someone to go and come back after an hour. Kum min huna wajlis hunaka. Get up from here and sit over there. Sum gadan, fast tomorrow. Zuk hadha ta'ama ya akhi. Taste this food, oh my brother. Tub ila Allahi ayyuhal muslimun. Tub ila Allah. Repent to Allah or make tawbah to Allah ayyuhal muslim. Oh, you Muslim. Why didn't you say Ya Muslim? Okay, Ya al-Muslim. We have said this a number of times. Ayyuha is used when the munada, the thing you are calling, is having alif wa lam. So if you are going to call someone or something that begins with alif wa lam, you don't use Ya. You rather use ayyuha. Okay, Ya ayyuhal insanu. Ayyuhal insanu. Because al-insan is beginning with alif wa lam. So if you are calling something, the thing you are calling, if it is beginning with alif, if it is having alif wa lam at the beginning, you don't use ya. Okay, you don't use ya al-kaza. We don't do that. We rather use ayyuha. I hope that is clear. Okay. So, tub ila Allahi ayyuhal muslim. Huwa la yafhamu al-arabiyyata. He doesn't understand Arabic. قل له هذا الكلام بلغته. Say this statement to him in his language. Okay. Tuf bil Kaaba, make tawaf at the Kaaba or around the Kaaba. قال الله تعالى, Allah the exalted said, لرسوله, to his messenger, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, kul lillahi al-mashriq wal-maghrib. To Allah alone belongs the east and the west. Lillahi. If you do this, you are okay. Let me not bring it up. But when we do that, we try to, when we bring that, we call it khabarul muqaddam. You know that this one is khabarul muqaddam. It is initially Al-Mashriqu wal-Maghribu lillahi. I hope that is clear. But when you do this, you bring the khabar first. I hope that is clear. Lillahi. You bring it first. Okay. So in Arabic language, we mostly do it to mean exclusivity. It means it solely belongs to Allah alone. Allah is emphasizing how the thing is. Sometimes you see Alhamdulillah. Other cases you see Lillahil Hamd. I hope that is clear. Lillahil Hamd. I hope that is clear. Okay. Lillahil Hamd. So when we say Lillahil Hamd, we bring the Lillahi first. It means that it solely belongs to Allah. You are emphasizing how it is only belonging to Allah. You are so much interested in the khabar such that you bring it first. Lillahi. It belongs to Allah. So we bring it that way. It's very interesting concept in Arabic language. So Lillahi al-Mashriq wal-Maghrib. The Maghrib and then the Mashriq, the east, and then al-Maghrib, the west, solely belongs to Allah alone. The number 15. Ta'ammal ma yali. Okay. La taqul. La taqul. So this is la an-nahiya. And it is also ijazim. It makes fi'l al-mudari majzum. Example, la tazhab. You hear someone say la tazhabu. You say what? La tazhab. La tajlis. With school on the last letter. So it's the same thing here. If you put school on the last letter, the second last letter is already having school. So there will now be iltiqa as-sakinayn to school. So we remove the weak letter. And it will now be la taqul. Okay, so la taqul. Don't say la taqul. La taqul hakaza. Don't say like that. Someone is saying something you don't like, then you tell him don't say like that. Or don't say that. Now let's look at here. Okay. Maybe we will look at the next two exercises and then we'll pause here. So let's look at exercise number 16. So we'll stop at here, 17. Let's look at 16 and 17, then we'll pause here. Adkhil la an-nahiya. Okay. So we should put the la an-nahiya ala al-af'al al-atiya on the following verbs. The first one, tazuru. So you see what? La tazur. Don't visit. La takum. Don't stand. La tasum. Don't fast. La tatuf. Don't do tawaf. La tabul. Don't urinate. So you see sometimes they say la tabul huna. Don't urinate here. Okay. So la tabul. Don't urinate. Let's look at the exercise number 17. Ikra ma yani. We should read what follows. La takul. So we are going to apply what we have just learned here. La takul hakaza. Don't say like that. La tazurni fil masa. Don't visit me in the evening. La tatuf bil kubur. Don't do tawaf. Or don't go around. Tawaf, tawafa yatuf is to circumambulate, to go around something. So la tatuf bil kubur. Don't do tawaf or don't go around. Do tawaf around kubur, graves. Okay, it's the plural of qabr. Okay, qabr. In Arabic language, there are a number of words for qabr, for grief. Another one we have is jadas. We have jadas. It's also grief, but not just any grief. You know, when they do grief, and it has become, several years has passed over it. And then you now come and then you see asar. It's just, you don't even realize a grief is not there again. Okay, we now call it jadas. The plural is ajidas. It comes in the Quran. يَوْمَ يَخْرُجُونَ مِنَ الْأَجِدَاسِ سِرَاءً. Allah is saying on the day of judgment, when we, the human beings, will be, coming out. يَخْرُجُونَ. They will be coming out from the ajidas, jadas. Several years will be passed. And so, when you come, you not even realize these were griefs. Allah is, describing how it will be. It's not going to be fresh griefs. Fresh griefs meaning the person he just died recently. But jadas is, as I said, griefs which several years has passed. When you come to it, you can't even realize there is a grief there again. You know, so that's jadas. Okay, يَوْمَ يَخْرُجُونَ مِنَ الْأَجْدَاثِ سِرَاءً. Very fast, quickly, they will be coming, rushing out. Okay. So, kubur here, as I said, is plural of qabr. So, la tatuf bil kubur. Don't go around the graves. And the fourth one, la tasum yawm al-Eid. Don't fast on the day of Eid. La takun kaslana ya waladu. Don't be lazy, oh child. La takum min huna. Don't get up from here. Okay. So, Alhamdulillah, we'll pause here and then we'll continue the other exercises. Inshallah, we'll complete it and then we'll look at whatever we will be learning again in the next lesson. Jazakum Allahu Khairan. Wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'an al-Hakim. Wa nafani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikr al-Hakim. Please, if you don't understand anything or you have any confusion or any question, just send us an email. Inshallah, we'll reply, we'll respond to your complaint or suggestion or anything. Barakallahu feek. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi